Greetings, esteemed action figure collectors and appreciators of posable plastic. It's your brother King Ape back again with another action figure discussion, and today we will be taking a look at Mattel Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia Trapjaw. Now, this figure is just in line with the other figures I've discussed over the last few days. They're all part of this new wave that Mattel released recently. And this one, as you can see, there are characters that are coming from this new storyline of New Eternia. And there are also characters that are coming from the Masters of the Universe Revolution series, which will be the second season coming up on Netflix, I think sometime in 2024. So make sure you guys stay tuned to see when that drops so you can check it out. The first season was Revelation, so hopefully they will have made some improvements, because I don't know, it was kind of lackluster. And I think I stated that in the other video. To me, there was a few good moments, but overall, I just felt like it could have been executed a lot better. So they did have a small, I believe, 30-second preview of the new Revolution season with He-Man alongside his father, King Randor, going up against this mutated version of Scareglow. So I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out with your brother King Ape. Man, shout out to my 101 subscribers. I appreciate you guys coming through and subbing and hanging out and checking out what I have to show you. Appreciate. Much love to Ape Nation. So here's the packaging at top. I told you guys that I really like this burst with the rocks, the asteroids, like a callback to the original packaging. Here we see Trapjaw in his plastic solitude. Some nice artwork on the front, which I can appreciate. And if you look here, you see the sky sleds, and on the other box art with, I believe it was Men-at-Arms, they had the sky sleds as well. And one thing I forgot to mention on his package was, could this be a hint that they're going to do Eternian Palace Guards? I hope so. That would be a cool army builder. On the side here, if you look there in the background, it looks like He-Man's going up against, I can't tell if that's, oh, looks like he's fighting Triclops. So maybe that's, a hint to a couple of figures that they have announced that are going to be releasing, in the next few months. I believe these are two versions. I believe these are new Eternia versions. So, and up at the top here, we have a picture of, and why am I not able to think of this right now? Point Dread. Talon, I believe it's a Talon fighter, but I believe it's Point Dread Talon fighter. So I don't know if they're going to release that sometime in the future. That would be cool to get a couple of vehicles for the Masterverse line. Here on the back, of course, we have a shot of the figure itself, Trapjaw, some of the accessories that he comes with inside the packaging. And there's a quick little bio. You guys can pause that if you want. And also at the bottom, some of the characters that they're coming out with. We've already went over these two individuals. Now we're going over him. He'll be the last. Here's the barcode if you want to pick him up. And let's get him out of his plastic solitude As usual, I hope that everybody's doing well. Thank you for coming through. You know, I'm going to sit that there since a lot of people said that they like packaging, which I do too. So we'll get Trap Jaw out of his. Got some good paint on him. Good highlights, good teal color. Looks pretty good. And let's see what's in the little side pocket here of this packaging. Is there anything in there? It is, but it's stuck. Guys, give me a second here. All right, there it is. Got it out. I've been really trying to speed up the videos just a little bit, but I want to make sure I cover everything, you know, for you guys. Wax paper holding some goodies, which we will go over together. So let's, you know, as always, let's take a look at the accessories. Then we'll take a look at Trap Jaw himself, old Kronos. First accessory is either a short sword or dagger attachment that looks like it goes on the end of his cybernetic arm. So that's pretty cool. Of course, he has the trademark blaster. It's bent just a little bit, but hot water, cold water treatment, or sometimes I just use my hand to kind of straighten it out. It's a soft enough plastic. Has some, you know, a little bit of paint detail on the little vent ports right here. Just some silver paint detail. But overall, it's just almost like a blackish, purplish color. Here's another accessory, sort of a claw type attachment on the end. Looks kind of like the Mousers from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Their mouths look kind of like that. Has some details on it. Some pistons sculpted on the back. It's just like a dark grayish plastic. And then we have the hook. Also has some good sculpting, pistons, you know, some other little, just minor details. Has the storage hook right there to hang from his belt. So he comes with 4 accessories. Let's get into good old Kronos. If you guys don't know the history of Trap Jaw, he was once a whole individual. I believe he had betrayed Skeletor. You guys correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And that's how he ended up with the lower jaw missing, having to be replaced, and the cybernetic components. He got messed up pretty bad. And I believe he was some sort of mercenary before as Kronos. And now he's one of the evil warriors of Skeletor. Okay, just as you guys can see, a nice kind of, I don't know if this, I believe this is all sculpted as a, I don't think this is, I'm not trying to, what I'm trying to say is, I don't think this has paint. I think this is all just plastic, a solid colored plastic. I thought at first there might be some, well, maybe I'm wrong. There looks like there is a little bit of a wash on there. So I'm wrong. I thought it was molded that way, but I think it's I think there is a bit of a wash if you look right there. But it's sculpted nicely. Actually has a butterfly joint. That's pretty cool. Uh, Looking at the rest of the harness, chest harness, you have this piece here is a lighter molded plastic piece with some sculpt work. I don't think it has any paint, I believe. Looks like it attaches right there, but I don't know if we can take that off. We'll look in a second. Here we have some nice detail on the left arm. Just all this cybernetic attachments, whatnot, along the forearm and then the top of the hand and here, the back to tricep area, which is nice. I like the color. It's a nice teal, kind of a callback to the original Trap Jaw. We'll get to his head in a minute. Here's his belt that we're all familiar with. Looks like it has a wash, a slight wash on it to bring out those details. Really nice. He has storage area right here and right here. That was one of my gripes before. I wish he had more loops to store all of his attachments. He has the same type of loincloth that we've come to know. And I don't think there's any wash in there. It doesn't look like it. It may be a slight wash. Legs, minimal paint, just, green right here on the upper thigh, armor, and everything else throughout is just a black, kind of a shiny black. Good detail just around there, around the boots. A little bit of, that was just a little piece of plastic right there under the bottom of the boots. Not much in the way of sculpting. So that's him. And of course, there's up close of the head. Nice head sculpt. Nice paint. Kind of has that more of a shine to it. I wish it had more of a matte color. But overall, I think it's good. They painted the eyes well, eyebrows, the helmet. I believe the old toy, you could run a string through here and he could slide along it. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was one of the, back in the day, they had those toy gimmicks. Just some, light silver paint. There's another look at the back, some of the circuitry, and, Master Universe is known for their technology. And let's see if the mouth, yep, it hinges open. So you see that disgusting upper area with the tongue and all of that, but it looks real clean and you can tuck it away really well. So I don't mind that. You can kind of have it slightly open if you want to do that. But yeah, that's nice. That's good. That's a good look. Not a lot of paint, but it's paint where it needs to be. A good representation of Trap Jaw. Like I say, in the animated form or mini comic or the toy form. So let's get into, all right, look at his foot. Range of movement. That's pretty good. Foot goes down that much, only up that much, not a whole lot. You get a pivot about that much. Pinless, double hinge knee. Get that much range, which is good. The leg comes forward that much. It goes back only about that much. Legs come open. There's that hip articulation, ball socket point. He has the, oh, let me show you that way too. It comes up, he has pretty good range, comes up about that high. And of course, the thigh cut. Not too bad, doesn't break up the sculpt too bad. I mean, it breaks up the sculpt, but you can't really see it as much because of the loincloth. So getting to the waist, lower waist, and then lower torso, upper torso, no ab crunch cereal for Trap Jaw. Unfortunately, he's not getting a lot of movement. He gets some back, but that's just kind of straight up and down, not really a lot of lean back. So yeah, I guess he does get some ab crunch forward. He does. I guess he is eating ab crunch cereal. Just got to kind of move it, break it free. But it spins like that, like that. Of course, this piece is separate. So, you know, you can move that around. Of course, we'll get to that in a minute. Arm, left arm comes up to only there. But that's enough range for me. It kind of basically collides with this part of the harness. So get the bicep swivel, rotates around. You get the double hinged elbow. Hand is a vertical hinge. If you look right there. So that's pretty good. The right arm, the mechanical arm, you get that much range, which is not bad. That's a little bit past 90 degrees. That has a ball socket connection, so you get a lot of movement there at the lower part of the cybernetic arm. Like I said earlier, you get a nice butterfly kind of, you know, articulation point there. You can really move that around. You can move it up all the way around, but it only comes out that much. So you're not getting a lot of flex out to the side with that arm, unfortunately. But I guess that's something we can live with. So his attachments, of course, they all had the mushroom peg. Oh, I'm sorry, head. So his head turns that much that way. I mean, it turns all the way around. So, and of course, I show you the jaw articulation, but that's how it looks from the side. In case you were wondering. Mouth closed, mouth open. He doesn't get, well, he kind of can get his head to lean back a little bit, looking up, and he looks down. Yeah, pretty good amount. So you kind of had that under eye look. If you want to pose them, have them pose like that on your shelf, that'll look pretty menacing. So back to we'll do the first one here, laser. Oh, man. It's kind of tough going in, but I have it in. That's how it looks. Attached to the cybernetic arm. that was really a challenge to get on and get off. So you guys might have to give it some hot water treatment. The next one is the hook. Don't worry, I'll go through all of these. Yeah, that one went on a little bit better because I guess I broke it in with the laser. But as you can see, this color, this is more of a silver. This is more of a pewter color. It looks like a pewter. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So those colors are kind of different. But you know, you can turn it if you wanted to that way or that way, you know, so you don't just have to have it straight on. And that's with any of the attachments. Then we have the claw, which, there you go. That goes in like so. It only hinges, it only has articulation here. The top piece doesn't move. So you're just getting that movement there. So that's that. You can kind of turn it. Oop, I just I just took the whole jaw off. But then it just clasps on just like that. So no worries if it comes disconnected. All right, and then the last attachment is hear that? That's a lot of rub. Ugh. Is the dagger, our short sword. So that's how that looks. I don't know, that's kind of at a distance. That's how it looks. Move the camera down just a bit. So that's how that looks. But I will stick on the one he's known for on the show all the time. He usually has that laser. So yeah. You know what? No, I'll put the hook. Let's do the hook instead. And now we'll get into his height and do some size comparisons. Well, before we do that, I'll show you, let me see here. So this, if you want to take off his belt, you know, it has a strap there. So it just unhooks. And then that's how he looks without it, in case you guys are wondering. So there's that. Then you just, see if I can do this on camera. Yep. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know. I don't believe this comes off, but there's a little, if you look right here, it kind of pegs in there, but I don't believe that comes off, and I'm not going to risk taking that off. If you guys want to take it off, you can. And I was wrong about storing all of the weapons. I believe you can, because you can take the dagger, looks like, and store it right here in this sheath. Boom. So that's how that looks, stored there. And then, of course, you can store, we'll put the claw hand right there. And then the laser blaster attachment can go right there. So, let you guys see. Get my hand out the way. That's all of his weapon storage. And then, of course, he has the hook attached like so. And there you have that. No extra hands, no extra head portrait. It would have been nice to get the kind of like with Masters of Universe Classics, they had the Chronos. Basically, you could switch out the arm and everything, and they had an extra head where you could have the version of him as Chronos. So I don't know. Maybe that's something they'll do in the future. And you guys drop in the comments and let me know what figures you would like for them to come out with next. I would like to see them do a Masterverse Keldor, definitely a Chronos. It would be cool to, the Eternian Palace Guards, Army Builder, definitely. I want to see, they did release Hordak, so it'd be cool to get the Hordak Troopers, the Skeletons, get some Army Builders up in there. So height-wise, he's at about, Trapjaw's about 7 inches. So let's get into some size comparisons and get some of his, cronies, other evil warriors that he runs around with, so I can get you guys on out of here. Let's just put the star of the show right here. Okay, there he is. First, of course, we're going to bring out this version of Trapjaw, which is from the animated series. And, he comes with other accessories where you can convert him into one of the members of the motherboard occult. So I think he's actually really short. I don't mind this version because it really represents the animation of Masters of the Universe Revelation. But I like this iteration. I am glad that Mattel went back and gave us a version of Trapjaw that's more faithful to the old toy, the old Filmation, series, and the mini comics. Next up is Triclops, and you can just see right off the top, Triclops towers over him. It's crazy. So we'll get those out of the way, and then we'll put 2 oversized baddies next to Trapjaw so you guys can see how he scales with them. We'll put 2 bad and the deluxe Beast Man, which is an amazing figure. I actually have 2 of them. I really like this figure. And this right here is definitely a candidate for figure of the year. I can't remember if he came out this year or last year, but man, Too Bad I might go back and do a discussion on him. You guys let me know if you want me to do a discussion on him. But that's how he looks with larger figures from the line. And then last but not least, we'll do 2 of his wave mates, Sorceress Tila and Man at Arms, Sans, Mustache. One thing I wanted to go over real quick was I kept referencing Man at Arms' mace as a mallet. I think initially when I did the discussion, I called it a mace, and then throughout the rest of the video, I was referring to it as a mallet. It is indeed a mace, so that's my bad. And I didn't go over the head articulation for Sorceress Tila, so let's do that real quick. So her head goes this way, and it only goes about that way. Because of the hair sculpt, it kind of hinders it. And her head can go like that much down. You're not going to get any head up movement. So I wanted to just cover that real quick, and then let's do the side by side. So we'll do that with these guys. Surprisingly, he's he's a little bit taller than Man at Arms. I wasn't expecting that. Wait, let's do this right. Let's do this right. Okay. It's weird when I turn them sideways, they don't want to stand up. But then when I'm turning the other way, and then we'll do the oversized, so you can really get a look how they look from the side. I'll move Man at Arms up so I can put Trapjaw, the other version of Trapjaw, the Masters of the Universe Revelation. And he's I don't know, from the side they look like they're about the same height, but when I stood him the other way, it looked like he was shorter, the Revelation version. But that's how they look. That's how they look with this Trapjaw side view. And I'll just throw in one more. We'll just throw in Beastman so you guys can get that side-by-side look. All right. I can get you guys on out of here. I just wanted to make sure I covered everything in its entirety so you guys won't feel like there was anything that I didn't cover. And so I'll leave the Revelation one right here so you guys can see them, how they look from the front and how they look from the back. There's one thing that I appreciate, Mattel went back and they opted to move the storage hooks a little bit back on the belt itself, more in the rear of the belt, which I appreciate because he can put his arms down and more naturally. With this figure, it's kind of like you got to either put his arms kind of like back and down, or if they're right here, they're not going to really be able to go down. Well, they go down to his side. Yeah, I guess they do. But this side here, the right side, is more difficult. Yeah, I think that they did a good job with this figure. And here, let me get him out of the frame because it's really all about the updated one. I really like this Trapjaw. I hope you guys like them. If you don't, that's fine. Everybody has their own, type of, things that every different tastes and different characters that they prefer over others. But I think overall, this is a very strong release from Mattel, especially in this new wave. So far, all of them have been strong releases. I dare say he's on par with Men at Arms as far as accessories, and I will give Men at Arms the edge because he comes with the extra head portrait and removable helmets, which we've never had that before. But as far as sculpt and paint and the aesthetic, just capturing how he looked in the animated TV series and how he looked in the mini comics and the old version of him, very well executed. Even if you look at the art here, it's just very well executed. And yeah, I'm glad to have them in my collection. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Leave your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and please subscribe. If you don't mind, you came through to hang out, you came through to check out one of my discussions, and I appreciate that. But just go ahead and become a subscriber. I'm starting to really get an angle on how I want my channel to present itself in the form of videos, action figure videos, and so I want you guys to be part of that journey. I'm just, trying to improve every day and, come out with fresh content, kind of do some things a little different from other influencers or reviewers on YouTube. So thank you for stopping through, and I appreciate you guys. And tap the bell so you can get notifications to find out when I've uploaded a new vid to the channel. And until the next session, I wish you all genuinely love, peace, and plasticness.